Dear viewers, welcome back to a brand new podcast. Our guest today is from Jindal Group, a leading real estate company from Gurgaon who has delivered more than 49 projects and has won 15 different awards. I am talking about the MD and the CEO of the Jindal Group, Mr. Yaman Jindal. Let's welcome him and understand what is happening in real estate industry. Okay, Yaman, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
So you're a very young entrepreneur in real estate. Tell us about the Jindal Group. What do you do, and are you in developing side or you're a consultant?
So it's been started by my father. It's been almost 3 decades plus that he's been into real estate. So both the sides, he's into consultancy also and development also, wherein I came 5-6 years back and I majorly handle consultancy, handling various portfolios and their investments. So that is it all about, and we are doing Delhi NCR and 2-3 more cities in India.
Can you elaborate a little what exactly do you do?
So basically in terms of development, we try to make residential properties or commercial or villas. Say suppose we are developing various projects in Goa.
Goa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Goa. And we make villas over there, and then we further sell it out or lease it out to the client for the clients.
Sure. And you're developing this or building this in the name of the Jindal Group only, or you're collaborating?
In our name, and we have a sister concern also, which is a Goa-based firm, so we do it in that name also, in terms of branding. But yes, everything comes under the umbrella.
Okay, so all this happening is under the Jindal Group umbrella only. Tell us about the projects that you have delivered in Gurgaon.
So in Gurgaon, we have done projects in DLF phase 1 and 2. So there we make independent floors, say independent apartments or builder floors, what we call over here. And we have done a couple of them, and then we build it and sell it to the individual customers.
Okay, because when I was checking your website, you say a lot of different big builders you were associated with.
That's all consultancy. So yes, we do consultancy in terms of, say, brands like DLF, M3M. We sell their projects, we pitch it to the clients, and then we get their investments in for the developers. So we are a key player with DLF, M3M, EMAR. We sell their projects.
Okay.
So likewise, we are expanding in Dubai, so we sell EMAR and Shobha over there. We pitch their products, so we are an associate channel partners to them.
So what is the core product or core business for you guys? Is it more of developing side, or it's more
the core right now is development and consultancy both. Yeah.
So you're giving 50%.
Yeah, right.
Attention.
So development is majorly handled by my dad, and consultancy is majorly handled by me, where we put investments for various people.
Sure. Okay. So let's come back to the Goa project that you're doing. Tell us more details about it. What is the land bank that you have? Have you bought the land, or you're collaborated with somebody?
So we do both the things over there. We collaborate also with people who want to come on board and develop the villa and sell it, or we buy the land. So we are majorly doing in North Goa, so somewhere near Anjuna or Vagator. We take a parcel, say 1,000-2,000 square meter, and then we basically cut it into independent villas and then sell it to the end customers.
Okay, so what is the biggest land bank that you have, or the biggest project that you have so far?
So right now, in terms of development, we are doing small projects only. We are not doing something in 5 or 10 acres or a 2-acre development. We are doing small, say suppose 1,000 square meter to a 2,000 square meter or an acre. That's what we are doing. We are not at a scale right now where we are selling around 250-300 apartments at a 5-acre plot or a 10-acre plot. We are planning something in New Gurgaon, but yes, it'll come in some time.
Let's understand when your father has started this. You said almost 3 decades ago.
Yeah.
How had he started it, and what was his vision? And after you have joined, what has changed in the company?
So when he started, of course, it's pretty old school. People there in Delhi used to make relationship with people, then make them buy their dream home or a plot or an apartment. When he started all by himself. And me coming in picture is what we are trying to do is we are trying to get technology in the platform. So using more transparency, more quickness, more CRM services, building up more better team in terms of professional people coming on board. Because real estate is termed as any nook and corner broker, or any person can be a realtor. But there are certain things, there are certain benchmarks which is to be made. There's certain, I think, education or awareness about the market, or something, say MBAs or graduates about real estate. That's what we are trying to build and trying to get tech on board, so that this is the future. VR will be the future. You'll show presentations online, you'll do Zoom calls. It's not every time selling a product, going to the client straight away and then calling them, meeting them, showing them brochures. Things will change in 3-4 years.
So basically what you're doing is you're transforming everything in an online platform.
On an online tech platform, yes.
Okay. So can I say that the idea and the vision that you have right now is a little different than others, or somebody is already doing this?
No, it is way different than others. I would say majorly people are into selling. We are just trying to keep our core and our values to ourselves, that saying that okay, we are selling, we are very choosy with what we sell. We are not just selling anything. And the thing comes from the idea that okay, we are selling which is resellable. There are a lot of properties, especially in NCR, if you buy something from your hard-earned money, you can't sell it back. And I've seen with a lot of people who have bought, say suppose maybe a shop or something, and the developer developed it and sold it to the customer, but the customer cannot exit that property. So we are very choosy with something which can sell overnight is our kind of investment. Whether it gives a less return, but we try to pitch those products. So we are very choosy. We might do very less work from other consultants in the market because we are very choosy.
Sure.
That's one maybe negative and positive side. Positive in terms of long term, because customer is always there with us. He's my customer, he won't go anywhere else. So that's what we are doing. And then in terms of separation, it's soon to be launched, but it'll be all tech. So building a tech platform where things would be more transparent for the customer. He would get a direct inventory from a developer at a candid price. There'll be no gaps, there'll be no margins which consultants can play. So it'll be all tech driven, and a platform which can be pan-India. Because generally if you talk about brokership, broker can be of a place. It cannot be of entire pan-India, or it cannot be of multiple places, but you have to have a team and offices in different places. But if you want to do pan-India, you have to have tech.
Right.
So we are trying to create that.
So Yaman, you're saying that you're building a platform wherein you can give more transparency to the customer. So can we understand, as per you being the real estate leader here, what is happening currently? And when you say you want to bring more transparency, what is people hiding, or what are the aggregators right now hiding?
So in terms of market, there are few products where the customer doesn't get it directly. Say suppose a big player would actually, or an aggregator would buy that product and sell it completely, or sell it at a margin to the product, where to the customer, where say suppose a product was X price, customer will receive at X plus 2. This is one thing. Plus there's one more thing where there's an X number of units. It would not directly go to the customer, but few units will come to the brokers or the consultants who will further sell it at a premium. Where if those units could directly go to the customer transparently, would have a customer transparency, and they would be more happy to get the unit. Then again, there's one more gap there. There are few units which doesn't reach to the customer because of the demand supply gap. So they would want, okay, maybe I should also get a unit, but not at a premium. At what price the developer is launching. So to fill that gap, of course, can be in terms of tech driven, in terms of transparency, or direct to consumer also. Or there are things where a big consultant always overshadows a small one who's just started. Say suppose if you start a real estate business, you should be always at par to someone who's big enough. Maybe not in terms of team or capacity, but your booking should be. There are few developers who support the new ones too, but there are few developers where you'll not have a chance to even give something to your customer, because the big cake is being given to the major key players. So that is also one thing where on tech everyone would be same. On a platform everyone would be same. One booking from you or a 10 from me is same through tech. It doesn't actually matter.
So what are you going to build in that platform? which brings transparency for the customer.
So if you talk about, so there'll be nothing organic. So it'll be all tech driven. So once, say, suppose a tech or an AI would not know that, okay, Yaman is booking, or Yaman has a team of 100 people. Or say, suppose Mayank is booking, or Mayank has a team of 10 people. Everyone is same.
Okay.
So if there is a cake, it gets divided to everyone.
So is it like a platform where the builders can upload their inventory on?
They can upload their inventory, and it'll be very exclusive. So we are yet to announce it, but yes, it'll be very exclusive. And we think where we'll sell online platform. And in terms of say, suppose transparency, it goes directly to the customer. So the gap which is being filled is not there. Then the customer will be more happy.
I have some generic questions to ask about real estate, because these questions we keep on hearing. Let's say an investor who has invested in a project which is yet to start, and then they put their money and then they keep on waiting forever. What do you have to say about those projects and how it is going to change in future?
So I think now, due to various government rules, regulations, policies, RERA coming in, such things are not at a much scale now. There were developers who took the money, X amount from the customer, bought maybe another land parcel, and then they collected money from that project. They couldn't complete the first one. They kept on taking money from the customer and buying other land parcels, which is not happening right now. The RERA obviously makes sure that the 80% of the customer money is being utilized in the escrow account into the development of the project. So that's safeguarding one. And another is, of course, the customer is safe right now. Otherwise, he used to pay upfront money to the developer, and the money was going somewhere else which he didn't have track. Now the government has escrow account, so the customer is being safeguarded in all the senses.
Give us a little more detail about how RERA is functioning right now, which can give some sort of tips and guidance to our viewers on the responsibilities that they are taking over.
Right. So RERA, in terms of buyers or customers, plays a major role. First of all, the payments which they are doing goes in the escrow account. So it's a regulated account which the builder obviously takes a charge and spends on the construction only. He can't take endless money out of that and use for his personal gains or whatever. That is one. And then there was obviously customer used to be charged for delayed payments or late payment interest, and not being safeguarded for late project deliveries, where he invested an X amount and the project had to be delivered in 4 years and got delivered in 8 years. RERA kept in mind that the similar interest rates will be charged from the developer also, and the customer is liable to get those interest rates if it is delayed. So a lot of regulations and everything which RERA is safeguarding for the customers is very beneficiary for everyone.
Again, we're in Gurgaon right now, so I will talk about Gurgaon. There are a lot of projects which are coming. So whether it's most of the people who live in Gurgaon, they're migrants. They're not actually from Gurgaon.
They're from Delhi
or from around the country. So majority of people living in Gurgaon are from Delhi. And they want to be closer to the Delhi border so that they can travel to Delhi to their neighbors or friends and family who are still living in Delhi. So that's why they want to stay close to the border, Delhi and Gurgaon border. And even then, places like 37, 38, 82, 102 sectors, the pricing are sky touching. So why is that? I mean, you can't buy, if you're thinking of buying a house, nothing less than 1 CR. Nothing less than 1 CR is something that you can buy.
That's true.
Yeah. So even on the newspaper, every day whenever I open the newspaper, especially on weekends, on Sunday I see a lot of different advertisements by different builders, and they're not promoting any product less than 3 CR, 4 CR, 5 CR. So it's like nothing.
So I would say, of course, when we came into Gurgaon market, it's been around 2 to 3 years only. And yes, you're right that a lot of people from Delhi are moving in. You're right. But now Gurgaon in itself is a whole ecosystem. It has a large audience now. A lot of people are moving from, say, places where you say near the border. They are already living since 10 years. Now they want to go to new places, new development. new clubhouses, swimming pool facilities for them. So the prices are going up for new projects. And I would say yes, and there's a lot of consumption also. So it's not just Delhi customers, it's not just people around or not in this state, because there are a lot of MNCs also. People moving, say suppose from Bangalore, he wants a house for himself.
Right.
So he would go to a 82 sector if his office is in, say suppose 77 DLF, Corporate Greens or somewhere around on Extension Road. So I would say now it's not the Delhi people who are moving, it's actually the Gurgaon people who have been living since 10 years are moving to the later parts or these parts of Gurgaon.
Right.
And then you must be knowing and know the hype of Dwarka Expressway.
Yeah.
So people compare Dwarka Expressway to maybe Extension Road or SPR Road. It's another city. For me, if you're connected to an airport and it's 10 minutes away, it has its own charm. That's why prices are going up, which were down since, say, suppose 5-7 years. And there's an acceptance. A lot of people from, say, in and around or Dwarka are moving to Dwarka Expressway only because of new projects.
So that they get better
facilities. That's all.
So which I understand, Yaman. But my question is that why the pricing are skyrocketing these days?
Prices skyrocketing only because of demand supply. Like you said, new facilities are in limited projects. So the new build-up ones are showing and showcasing those facilities again, and okay, I'm building this thing, I'm getting an indoor swimming pool, a heated pool, or a clubhouse, or multi-cuisine restaurants. So that's what enlightens the customer. Okay, I want to live in such a condominium, and they're paying an extra price, because if they're staying in a bungalow of a worth of, say, suppose around 10 to 20 or 10 to 15 crore rupees, they would be ready to buy an apartment for 5-7 crore rupees. So developers are encashing those facilities, and prices are skyrocketing.
So are you trying to say that the investment for the developer is still the same, but they're encashing the demand and
prices
supply?
of land has gone up.
Yeah.
The prices in land which was on Extension Road, say suppose 5 years back, is not the same right now. It's skyrocketed. So it is, of course, it's hand in hand. The land prices go up, then the development price go up. The cost of construction has gone up, which end of the day results in the end price. So it's not just the facilities, it's the overall price going up. Say suppose a land on Dwarka Expressway, which earlier 3 years or 5 years down the line back was around 10 to 15 crore, which is right now around 25, 30 or 40 crore rupees an acre, depending upon location. So the prices of the land goes up, cost of construction goes up, then the buying side also goes up.
Sure. So just now you were mentioning that you manage a lot of different portfolios for different investors. So tell us about that. What is the current portfolio do you have? How many customers are you managing? And I don't know whether you can disclose in terms of
the total. Can't disclose in terms of number for sure. But seeing, say suppose being from Delhi, and so it all goes in relationship. Entire real estate works on relationship. So once you have sold a house or sold some property back 10 years, 15 years, suppose my father, he always keeps on repeating to the same consultant. He because they are more comfortable with you. They can share everything. They can tell you the entire amount and everything. People are not so open about their investments still in India. So in terms of customer, I would not be actually so happy to.
I understand.
But in terms of seeing how much growth we see year to year.
Can you tell us in terms of the revenue that you're managing for them?
The revenue is again a point of concern, what I would say in real estate, because there's certain kind of components in that. But yes, if I talk about the growth, we target, of course, double the growth in the next 3 years, and we would actually expand in areas we have a vision to achieve, and we'll do something which people are not doing. That's the main goal. We just don't want to be termed as a consultant. So we are, like I said, we're trying to play in tech and everything, and things will come online, and then we'll go for it.
Sure. No, I can understand that. Now, before we jump onto that, Yaman, I would want to understand a background about yourself. I'm assuming you're from Delhi?
I'm from Delhi. I did my schooling from Delhi.
Yeah.
And then I did my BCom honors from Delhi University, Sri Venkateshwar College. It's in South Campus.
Okay.
So I graduated from there, and thereafter then I joined my dad's business, where we started doing import-export of furniture, and then further I came into real estate.
So there's another portfolio that you
Yeah,
guys
that
have.
is interiors. That is interiors. We do interiors and sample apartments for various developers also, and we build homes for people. So we do interior projects from villas to apartments, and we do it for end users.
And now you settled in Gurgaon.
I'm settling in Gurgaon, but otherwise we have office in Delhi too.
You have office in Delhi too. Of course, I'm assuming that you must be having an office in Goa because
Yeah, we do.
that's where you have your major projects. Sure. So, for our viewers, what do you think is a good market right now in terms of, let's say, North India? To say, do you still think that there are still opportunity for people to earn good returns on when they're investing in Gurgaon?
Definitely, if somebody wish to invest in North India, I would say if they can go a little bit outskirts from where they live, then something, a second home or a hilly property at hills, maybe Uttarakhand or somewhere, is giving good revenues, good rental income if you put it on Airbnb, and appreciation too. And if you want to do in and around, then of course Noida is developing. There's an airport, as you know, there's coming over there. Government is very aggressive. A lot of big players, a lot of corporates are moving to Noida, Film City and Xavier Airport. It's an hype. So if somebody wants to invest whatever amount, Noida is a great place. Dwarka Expressway is a great place. Great connectivity would be coming in. So things are going well. If somebody, depends what is if somebody wants to buy an apartment, or I would say just buy a piece of land and keep it for 5-10 years, it'll be a great appreciation. Because I compare real estate to what in India is to equity. A lot of people don't want to buy equity because they are concerned that the prices go down and market is volatile. Real estate, they still have a physical asset, they have documentation in place. So Indian people are more keen towards real estate.
You're right, Yaman, but I know some people in my circle, and any which ways we follow Western culture a lot. So a lot of people and a lot of friend circle that I have, at times they feel that they shouldn't have invested in real estate at all. Rather than if they've invested 3 CR, they should put it maybe in mutual funds or FD because that gives better returns. So what do you have to say about that?
I doubt if you compare last 10 years or 20 years to equity or real estate, of course a mutual fund won't give you that return. I don't know if you read about this, if you read about people, how people became wealthy. Across the globe, it's real estate. Across the globe, if you heard McDonald's story, their valuation is because they owned the stores. So it's the property which you bought, say 10-15 years back, which was of 10 rupees, is now of 10,000. So this kind of growth doesn't happen in any other area. Yes, can happen in equity, but it is volatile. But if you talk about the wealthiest people in the world, they always own real estate. You check. Of course, even I am learning every day, so I also try to feel like, okay, you can put the portfolio in equity also. Maybe you put a 1 or 2 in other portfolio or mutual funds. But if you talk about in all, see the growth of entire global system, it's always real estate.
Okay. No, I agree with you to an extent.
But yes, it always depends on what you bought, where you bought, what price you bought.
Absolutely. That is
the
most
proper
important.
study. It's people who are pitching you, it's your consultant, because sometimes you bought at a higher price, then you are at loss. Sometimes you put your hard-earned money in a product which is maybe stuck and you have a bad experience.
So for our viewers, why don't you tell us few tips before they invest they should always consider?
So for me, according to what my journey and what I've learned, is somebody who wants to invest in real estate first should, of course, it's very obvious, but still, should be the location of property. Somebody who's buying for the first time, they always try to take discounts and see, okay, that is coming at a lesser price, so I should take a back-facing thing or a interior-facing thing. But you should always buy a premium. Premium will always give you a better benefit in it.
Yeah.
So we as Indians are always after discounts. We want things at lesser price, which gives you a hit later on. It will not sell. So I would say location matters a lot. You pay a premium for the location, it will always give you a kickback. And in terms of location, yes. And then of course you have to see the product where you're buying. That market should be developing. I've also analyzed that people who have properties in Delhi, say suppose since 5, 10, 20 years, it is at the same price. If you would have put the same amount of money in equity or real estate, it would have been doubled or tripled. So you should know the exit when you want to sell a property, because we get emotional with a property. You should know when to exit that property and then put it in some growing area where you see maybe corporates going in, airport going in, or government taking a major action. It'll always develop. So that is the second option.
Yeah, so as a layman, I'll tell you what is our fear and why we get emotional about, when you take something, because when you take something, you get into so much of hassle. Starting from a normal broker or an aggregator who has helped us buy that house, and then circling around tehsils and getting the agreement registered in the court. So I think most of the people like us, they want to be away from all that, because end of the day, the aggregators, they do fool you.
Yeah, you're right. At times they do.
They उनकी हिंदी में एक वो है कि फाइल घुमाना, something of that sort, wherein I can tell you one example wherein I would say I was fooled, where I wanted to sell a property and my broker said, okay, fine, we will help you sell the property. When I met the buyer, I thought that he's going to take my flat, and when I met the real buyer in the when we were doing the registry, it was totally different. Somebody else. So that's why we don't want to get into that hassle of buying and then selling. Buying is still okay because you have to buy, but selling that property again and investing somewhere else is like, most of the return that you're going to earn, you're actually paying it to different people.
So that's, I think you're right, but that's what I personally feel. It's all about the information you get in and your personal experience.
Right.
People who don't have a good experience with equity, say suppose my father, he hates equity. And say suppose people who have good experience with equity or real estate, they'll always buy that.
Correct.
It's always your life journey, but I would say, like, what is there in your mind is because this has happened to you.
Yeah.
But if we go deeper into it, say suppose if you bought a property at 10, you sold it at 12, paid that broker, say whatever 1%, you got in hand as 11, say suppose. You put that 11 further and make 20. Why not? You want to pay brokerage, whatever the charges, stamp duty, whatever, and you have a profit of 5. It always makes sense. So it's all number game, it's all calculation. You should know where you're putting in, what's your gain, because of course sometimes people will buy, sell, and then they think that, okay, I didn't make any money.
Right.
The broker made money, or the maybe the advocate made money, or the mediator made money. So you have to know the calculation for sure. But if you are doing it through the right channel, if you are right at what you are planning, doing a proper risk analysis, then I think you are sorted. Sometimes you are doing it in old school way. So that's what we are trying to create. You don't do it in an old school way. You see, okay, should I sell? What was the price 2 years back? I doubt any broker talks about it. Every broker talks about selling.
The current,
Selling, just sell it off, sell it off, sell it off. Why sell it off? Okay, because this is the price since 2 years. Makes sense. Let's exit. Where should we put it? Okay, this was the price, this will be 3 years down the line because of these reasons. Makes sense. Let's do it. So real estate in terms of consultancy would actually change, like people who are consulting for equity or mutual funds, where bankers come at your home and they pitch the entire portfolio. It'll change in India. Outside, once you go outside, you go to London, you go to any country, there the broker is doing all the things. You give the money to him, he'll buy the property for you, just put the money in the escrow account, and he does the rest. So things, because they are more transparent, they're more trusted. It's not over here.
Right.
So but it'll change. Things are changing. People never used to buy, say suppose online and get their vegetables on Blinkit. Things changed. People never used to pay online through you will never imagine 5 years back that you'll pay through your phone banking to a auto wala or to a vegetable seller.
Correct.
It changed.
So let's understand from this, Yaman, that what is going to change in next 5 years in real estate industry as per you.
So I think people will be more professional. There'll be more trust building. There'll be more tech driven. And of course, there's year-on-year growth in real estate. It is a major industry for India. There are a lot of FDIs coming in. There are a lot of branded residencies which will happen in Delhi NCR, because there are not a lot. And a lot of things will change, because yes, people are scared of real estate. That scare will go because government has come, RERA has come, things are getting better. So it'll get better. It'll definitely get better.